It's not a surprise that millennials love to do it for the gram, but when you scroll through their vacation snapshots, you may notice a lot of pictures with grandma and grandpa. And actress and mom Holly Robinson Pete is joining us today talking about a survey that focuses on a new trend, grand travel. Okay, what is the most surprising thing about the results of this survey?
The most surprising thing is that millennials love grand travel. They love it. They love the whole concept. A whopping 83% of them were like, yes, we want to travel with our grandparents. We love it. I do think they love to use them for social media content. I've seen that in my house where my kids absolutely love to put their grandmother on Instagram. But listen, it's just a matter of bonding, and it's really cool to see these multi-generational trips happening. So I partnered with Visit Anaheim to talk about grand travel and to talk about a new contest where you can win a grand travel trip.
That sounds great. So can you tell us a little bit about what some of the other results were of the survey?
Yeah, so some of the other results were more than half of the kids say that they actually were taking trips with their grandparents without the parents. And then some of the other results are that, they really love the bonding, the connection that they get with their parents, this multi-generational connectivity. And another thing was that most of the trips that they do are road trips, which we just did an RV road trip with our family, and that was so much fun. So the concept of hanging out with your grandparents is apparently very, very cool.
It definitely is. I know I love hanging out with my grandma, but that's primarily because she gives me all the dirt on my mom. But why do you think millennials love this so much?
And there's that too. I do think there's a social media piece to it. They're all on Instagram and all these other platforms. And I do think they love, connecting with their grandparents and documenting them. But also, grandparents are, they're not your grandparents. They're very young and hip. They're sometimes on social media. They're doing things. They're exercising. They're getting out there. They're, they're doing stuff. They're living their lives. And I think that millennials are seeing that, and they really enjoy that aspect. But the bonding, it's really about this multi-generational bonding. And I think that's something that kids and millennials are really, really, valuing. They understand the value of that.
Definitely. Okay, so tell us all about the first grand travel contest.
Okay, so this grand travel contest, you got to go to visitanaheim.org, and you can win a trip to Anaheim for 6. Okay, so that would be great for a family of 4 plus 2 grandparents. And you can come out there, you go on to Knott's Berry Farm, you're going to stay at Great Wolf Lodge, which is amazing if you've never been there. I mean, Great Wolf is awesome. And you get to do a whole bunch of other things. A lot of people think that Anaheim is just Disneyland. There's so many other things out there. There's the Anaheim Ducks, and there's the Garden Walk. There's so many things. And it's just a really awesome way to celebrate with your family. And so definitely go to visitanaheim.org and sign up to win that grand travel trip, and tell your grandparents they're going on a vacation.
I hear that. They're going to start calling Instagram Instagrandma. Thank you so much, Holly. We'll share this information on our website, firstcoastliving.net.